Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Oz Catch World Cup 2025. We are here with some more semi-finals action between two teams that you have seen already in these in this semi-finals weekend, with France, the 5th seed, versus Japan, the 8th seed. Both teams looking to advance into the finals, the second leg of the semi-finals weekend. I am Maito, and I am joined by Kujibo. What do you think of this one?
Alright, so I think France definitely has the advantage, going 7-0 against Peru in their match yesterday. Japan going 7-4 against Indonesia. I'd say Indonesia probably a little bit of a harder matchup than Peru at this stage, just with their actual roster. I found Indonesia to be probably a bit more of a versatile team as opposed to Peru, whereas Peru just had very strong sort of single players. For this matchup, I believe both teams have their full rosters as well, and France has quite a scary full roster. Where Japan does have quite a strong roster as well, but I'd say this still heavily favors France at the moment.
Yep, I would say probably the same. France definitely the favourites in this one, for sure in the pick'ems as well. A lot more people having put their faith in them, but that doesn't mean anything at the end of the day in terms of who will win at the end. Only on paper is France favoured here, but Japan definitely not without a shot if things really go right for them as we jump into the bans and believe picks as well. Actually, we've already had Hidden 1 being picked, Hidden 2 ban from Electro and Molkus, banning Mixed Mod 3. A little bit of a change up from France, but same from Japan. They banned Mixed Mod 3 last match.
Yeah, and I mean, France did pretty well on Mixed Mod 3 in their match against Peru as well, so sensible ban.
Yep.
It's one. I'd say Mixed Mod 3 is one of those maps where like it doesn't seem that hard, but this, at least for Hard Rock, it doesn't seem that hard, but the spacings sort of catch you off guard quite a bit.
Yeah, that's very true. Spacing is rough for them, and I think they have definitely players that can rise up to that task. But a team like France is pretty difficult to match on something like that. So it's a pretty understandable ban. And yeah, it's a Hidden 1 pick from Japan. They didn't actually go for that last match. Their first choice was Hard Rock 2. But I believe that actually not too sure who what Indonesian spam was. I believe it was some Nomod. But yeah, a little bit of a different route here from Japan, but they are a strong hidden team.
Nomod 3, I believe, that Indonesia banned yesterday.
Okay.
Quite a tricky Nomod map as well, so
yep. We might be seeing that one later.
Oh, there's definitely that chance. And early misses out of Doctore and Hollow. 3-way FC still for... Now that's a 2-way for Japan. But Hollow's going to trade with Molkus there. And it's 1-2 in the early game.
Yep. Hollow finding a lot of struggle early on in this match. But there is a double miss from Japan. Big combos drop from Sara over Hiroshiki. But France don't really have any combo to match that. And Molkus way above everyone else. Hollow only finally building up now, but losing that combo yet again and has lost a lot of score in the start as well. It's a good start for the Japanese here.
Yeah, I can't remember if this was sort of a similar case yesterday where one player sort of just ran away with the score, but Molkus well ahead of everyone else right now. And that is definitely helpful to Japan in the early going. Doctore and Electro both above 200 combo now. But so is Hiroshiki Sawarabi. Hollow and Doctore going to miss trade by Molkus, so it's... and Hiroshiki. So it's 1-to-1 combos, and it's just going to be a case of trades. And everyone's down.
Still trading all across the board. Hollow goes down after building up to 100. Those fast hypers, the stacks, catching pretty much everyone out. No one able to combo except for those top players in Electro and Molkus. And that keeps Japan in the lead for now. France is going to need to see a lot of drops. There's more calm section now, although it's hard to call anything in this map calm, to be honest. Doctore goes down once again. Hollow also loses the combo. All of Japan has those remaining, although Molkus does fall, but they still have that big lead. Right now, it's solely Electro pulling ahead right now for France, but just doesn't have the support. Oh,
yeah,
no.
There was a glimmer of hope earlier for France, but every time they sort of got that combo advantage over Japan, they couldn't maintain it for long enough to actually bring the score back their way, and now we're just seeing Japan just drag that score quite a bit away, especially with Electro missing right at the break there. And Hiroshiki down as well, and yeah, I was gonna say I don't think there's much spot for comfort. Even with the break, all that's gonna do is show you the opponent's scores, unless you just do your best to ignore it. More miss out of France, but it is pretty much Japan's point at this stage. I don't think there's really much that France can do right now to bring it back, but it is Japan's pick at the same time, so
Yep.
there's no harm in losing a point that's not your pick, at least in this early going.
No, definitely not. This is a fine start. I think France won't be too disappointed with this one either against Japan. I mean, obviously you want to be winning every point you can, but this is your opponent's first pick, and usually that means a strong out-the-door performance, just kind of giving France maybe a slight wake-up call to also show a strong response. But yeah, great scores all around the board from Japan. Pretty even across their three players. It was kind of a third player issue, just a little bit from Holo, who struggled a bit more on that French side, but I'm sure they'll move on from this one quickly.
Yeah, Electro well ahead of everyone in the lobby, but unfortunately just not enough to do it on his own in this case.
Yeah, really good score there from Electro, but you just need that support, otherwise it's almost hopeless. We've needed almost an FC there, and
they're going into
it's a mixed mod 1 pick.
2023
yet again.
Final. Remastered.
Yet again, they picked mixed mod 1 for the first.
Yeah, because they did do that in the Peru match as well, didn't they? And
yep.
Yeah, T-Tobis and Electro both one-missed it. They did have really good scores on this, where I believe Japan did quite well as well, but I don't think they did 2.97 million well.
No, that score was something to behold. That consistency from those top two in Electro and T-Tobis is just so difficult to beat. And well, yeah, Japan are going to have to put up a really strong fight if they want to take this one from France. It's going to be difficult. Of course, nothing's impossible, but yeah, it's not going to be easy. It's another. I mean, both teams unexpectedly have great picks to start this match off. But let's see how this actually goes.
Looks like they'll have the same lineup as they did yesterday. I'm assuming it's Sawarabi on the hidden, or maybe it's Rindo on the hidden. No, it's Sawarabi. I was gonna say, did Zalepa play hidden in their match yesterday? No. So it'll be Rindo versus Zelefa on the no mod, Electro Sawarabi on the hidden, and T-Tobis and Molkus on the hard rock.
That would be a shock, wouldn't it, if Electro didn't play hidden?
Oh no, Electro can play pretty much everything, so yeah.
But on a map like this, when they had that score like yesterday, it would be a big surprise to see them switch up the formula. But yep, here we go. Can Sawarabi and Molkus match T-Tobis and Electro? No early misses, actually. Everyone holding on in this beginning section, but the Wiggles catching out. Rindo, first to drop and finding a couple more misses there, so tough start for that Japanese no-mod player, and finding more misses too. It's about a 1-miss lead for France.
Nerves coming in early, maybe. And Molkus with an early miss as well. Sawarabi, the lone FC for Japan right now, and it is a 3-way for France right now. Not surprising considering yesterday's scores. I'd imagine that they're probably going to do something similar. Where another miss out of Rindo, but yeah, I was going to say, in this early game, Molkus down as well. In this early game, it's looking very good for France. And if this keeps up, they're going to run away with it pretty early, as they're already 80k ahead, and the 3-way FC is just too powerful right now, especially now that Sawarabi's down. There's no full combos left for Japan, and this is just France advantage very early.
Yep. They are absolutely cooking here, the French. Still three-way double S. Mind you too, not a single bit of accuracy dropped from any of their players. Another superb performance incoming from them. Only 100k points down. I mean, we've seen bigger comebacks in the past, but this is about the limit. T-Tobus does find a miss there, which is the start of what Japan needs. Molkus is building up that combo so Saraba, they're all up to 200. If France collapse here, lose all their combos, Japan could bring that back a little more, but Rindo finds a drop and no trades from the French side. T-Tobus quickly building back up, and they're pretty much exactly where they were before that drop.
Yeah, and that's it too. The second Japan did get a slight advantage, the score wasn't able to really go down all that much. It only went down to maybe 129k or something, and then it was just straight back in favor of France. And now it's the whole team missed for Japan. It is, I think it's probably one of those maps where they're just sort of resigned to their fate a little bit. I'd imagine they would have seen how France did and have just been like, yeah, look, this is one we're just going to have to take on the chin.
Yep.
Yeah, what can you do against this sort of domination in the mixed mod bracket? T-Tobus is going to find a miss, but he is not one of the two SSs right now.
No, it's not going to matter. It's still 200k score to the advantage of France, and they are just cruising in control. Nothing can hold them back from another superb Mixed Mod 1 team score at this rate. Electro and Zalefa still holding those double S's, like you said. And yeah, just what a performance yet again from them. We expected something similar, but this is almost a carbon copy of what their score might be at the end of this. We're coming to the very end of the map. Japan actually having a great ending section to this. Of course, as I say, there are trades yet again. T-Tobus falling, having a little bit of struggle on that hard rock, and Molkus, credit to him, will probably end up with a higher score than his hard rock opponent, but the team just not quite there. And will we see two FCs from France? That is the question.
It's looking like it.
We do.
There we go. The two FCs, both double S scores, and I mean, the struggle on hard rock still being 945k. It's just one of those things. I suppose there was that sharp set of misses there, but beyond that, France just dominating that pick. Yeah, very good scores out of France, and yeah, it's not much you can do if you're Japan in that case, unfortunately.
Absolutely insane. And yeah, I don't really feel like Japan should be too upset with that outcome. France, one of the best teams on that map this weekend, and it's an expected point. It's 1-1. Things have started off well for both teams, and it's back to Japan for their next choice. And I wonder, maybe they'll go for finally a hard rock 2, or maybe go back into hidden. France seeming quite uncomfortable on that compared to Japan in general. But I wouldn't be surprised to see a hard rock pick out of them either. I guess we'll just have to see. What do you think?
Yeah. Let's see. I'm thinking maybe a hidden, maybe a no mod. Mixed mod 2 is going to be the pick, however, so that's quite interesting. I was going to say, I don't think they're going into some of the DT maps. I doubt we'll see them do DT4, considering the difference in scores between the two teams in their matches yesterday. Yeah, with Mixed Mod 1, Japan actually improved their score a little bit. So they did improve a bit, but not quite enough, unfortunately. But maybe this Mixed Mod's something different for them. I mean, you do have that low AR for the no mod and the hidden, so maybe they're banking on that low AR sort of being more of a benefit to them than France. We'll probably see that hard rock remaining T-Tobus Molkus, then Electro goes to Hiroshiki in the hidden, Zelefa back for the no mod, and I'm not sure who we're going to see for the no mod on Japan.
Could be Rindo.
Yeah, we could see Salarabi come back in as well.
Yep. Could be either of those. Usually their preferred options, and it is going to be Salarabi in the end here on that no mod.
Yeah, it was like that a bit yesterday where Japan's sticking to their core, which is mainly Molkus and Salarabi, and then they just interchange the third player on different maps.
Yep.
And good luck's in the chat, so we will be starting.
That is kind of that core too, isn't it? Just Molkus and Salarabi basically in on everything, holding down the fort.
T-Tobus
Pretty insane stamina.
Playing the wrong map.
Oh, okay. There we go.
He's back. He's back.
So here we go. A bit of a roster difference from the Japanese side, but France staying the exact same. And it's an early drop from two players actually, in Hiroshiki and Molkus. So good start here to France. Very early miss to Electro as well, I believe.
Electro's going to trade one of those misses, so it's 2 FCs to 1 right now. I think I was just looking at Salarabi while I was thinking about the 2 miscounts. Hiroshiki's going to find another miss there, though. And this is not what Japan wants right now, as that advantage is going to keep going France's way, especially as those 2 FCs are still there, and Electro made a pretty good recovery, and Hiroshiki going to find more misses here, unfortunately.
Yep, still 2 strong combos going for them, however, which isn't the worst sign, although this is not the longest of maps, and if those misses keep coming, it could really start to hurdle, though Electro does finally trade. But Hiroshiki can't build up the combo. France staying in that same position they were. T-Tobus and Zalefa still on really, really good combos, still on 2 FCs, and Molkus also finds a miss. Japan falling apart just a little more now. Hiroshiki finds yet another one. It's only Salarabi by himself at the moment versus Zalefa and T-Tobus. Hiroshiki goes down once again. So does Molkus. And France in a great position towards the end.
That's once again a case of what are you going to do against France right now? They're just putting on an insane performance on this mixed mod point, and yeah, even Electro has only missed 2-3 times. And then you've got the 2 FCs still for Zalefa and T-Tobus, and it's just Salarabi on his own. It's even though Japan is doing quite well, it's just nowhere near enough. The deficit's way too large at 175k with that miss out of Molkus. Yeah, I don't necessarily think that this was the best pick that they could have gone with, just because of how well France played that first mix mod. I mean, it definitely couldn't hurt to try, but it's still that sort of... It's still just France having that better foundation on mix mod, even though the approach rates were lower. And the FC coming out of Salarabi, Zalefa, and T-Tobus, so quite a few FCs we're seeing.
I mean, that is just another insane team score from France.
Yeah.
Another 2 FCs, this time from the Hard Rock and the Nomad.
2.95 mil.
Incredible performance there yet again. They get a breakpoint, and of course that means the next pick is theirs to consolidate that. And I'm very interested to see what they go for here. And yeah, I think you're right. It was an interesting choice from Japan, especially after losing a mixed mod by the same amount that they just did then. Just seeming not really to have that same foundation, that same kind of core 3 on a mixed mod map compared to France. But that is something they'll just have to forgive and forget and move on to the next point. Keep it rolling. Don't want to get stuck on a particular point. But France are in a good match position.
Oh, definitely. This is sort of like the shoe being on the other foot for Japan's match yesterday, where Japan was taking the breakpoints off of Indonesia. Now it's sort of they're the ones losing the breakpoints, and we will see no more 2. So this was one that Japan did lose yesterday. Netamaru just pulling off some insane plays, and I believe Ipan being very good support. It was a very close matchup. So I'd imagine France confident in their score to beat Japan on this one.
Yeah, I think that was just a bit of a third player issue yesterday against Indonesia for Japan. Just Rindo not able to match that up. Could possibly see a swap out, or maybe Rindo would just be, you know, more ready for this one, rejuvenated, having a day to kind of prepare in between matches. But we'll have to wait and see if there will be any swap outs. Well, looks like SPK might be coming in for the first time actually here for Japan, possibly. Not too sure if that will stand.
I mean, they have the secret weapon. And we'll see what they can do.
Weapon.
Yeah, the lethal weapon SPK. But France having quite a large margin in comparison to yesterday's scores on this. I believe Japan did 2-6-8, where France did 2-8-4, I think it was, or 2-8-2.
Yep, it was 2-8-2.
Yeah, quite the advantage. So,
but things can change, you know.
Yeah, today's days of practice are not going to be the same as tomorrow's days of practice.
Yep, absolutely.
But I mean, they'd be confident in their advantage here. So I'd say this is a pretty smart pick for them, actually.
Yeah, a 100k advantage to think about before going into a point. They need to settle those nerves a little bit. Japan know that they really have to step up their game from yesterday. France just know they have to kind of stay around that similar skill and not find any 2 points. So Japan definitely the ones that have to rise to the task here against France. They need to get a breakpoint back as well on this difficult tech map. This one is really tough, and it's too early misses out of Japan. Yeah, that is not what they want to start off with. No trades coming from France. It's only Molkus holding on.
And if you're going to miss, you don't want to really miss any early going when it's not all that hard yet. Electro are going to find a miss on the drop, but it's 2 FCs to 1 right now. And yeah, a lot of shakes out early in this map, unfortunately, for Japan. There's plenty of time to recover it, but 91k deficit on a short map is never... It's never a spot you want to be in.
No, it's really not. And yeah, it wasn't just like 1 miss or 2. I mean, they were really struggling in that beginning section, unfortunately. Zoleffa does go down, however. The lead chipped down by around 20k, around a miss. Japan have their combos finally going here around the halfway mark, and they can see that if they hold on just a little longer, misses could start coming out from that French roster. And they can capitalize, but they'll have to make their way through this lower section burst before the next HI. Question is, will they be able to hold on more through that than France? That is absolutely what they need to do. They cannot afford to find many more drops, otherwise this point is probably going to be over. And Sawarabi finds one yet again. Yeah, so does it's a team collapse.
Whole team down, and yeah, that's the thing. It's you probably want to hope that you don't look at the leaderboard, because this does not need to be a game of Psyche. And Electro going to find a miss, but same with Zoleffa. Titova's the only combo in the lobby, and unfortunately, Sawarabi is there as well. Titova's down, but like 132k is just far too much at this stage.
No combo.
Yeah.
It's only Sawarabi.
Electro and Zoleffa as well, and Sawarabi's down, so yeah, there's just no advantage to be found at any point for Japan, unfortunately, as every time there's sort of misses out of France, there's misses out of Japan, and when there's combo on Japan, there's combo on France.
Yep. They were catching up before the point, and That's what they had to do at halfway as well when they saw that break. That was their task, and unfortunately they couldn't quite match it. France improving their score as well as Japan. Actually, both teams finding improvements in the end, but it's an even bigger margin than what it would have been. And France consolidate that break. They are up 3-1, and yeah, back to the drawing board here for Japan.
A little bit. Yeah, still pretty good scores out of Japan. It's just it's France just picking maps that they've got that insane advantage on so far. They're just using pure intel from this stage, I'd say. And I suppose I wonder if Japan will try one of those no mods or if they'll go to hidden. I'm not sure if we'll see them go to double time. I know it's probably not the most advantageous bracket to go for. We could see a hard rock pick. Yeah, hidden 3 there.
It's gonna be hidden.
That's probably the one I expected most out of Japan, honestly, because that's where they pulled their point. So if they can do it once, maybe they can do it twice.
Yeah, well, it was a strong start, of course, from them on Hidden 1. This map, of course, is a little different from their Hidden 1, naturally. Yeah, the rhythm on this one, pretty funky. I think the BPM, and it kind of just gets harder as it continues on. So
it's quite a bit technical as well.
Definitely want to hold on in the start for both teams here. But yeah, I think it's not a bad pick in general. I don't think either team have played this map either. So first we're seeing both handle it, or did they?
No, they didn't. So this is completely uncharted territory for both teams.
Yep.
I think France and Peru played a single hidden map. So maybe Japan feeling a little bit confident that they can take France on the hidden.
Well,
I'd say it's possibly the best mod at the moment to at least try stuff with.
In comparison,
yeah. I mean, there was a bit of difficulty with that techno mod pick there, so maybe I was gonna say maybe we could see another no mod come out later on, especially considering no mod 3 and 4 are very different to 1 and 2. Like, even though 1 and 2 are quite different in terms of how they play, I'd say they're a lot closer because they're both higher pro trait and they both have a lot of fast-paced patterns. But anyway, this is hidden time.
it is. It's AR 9.7 hidden, so it's really, there's still reading to be done, but it's not the main focus of this kind of map. Yep.
Just gonna be precision and timing.
Yep. It's a real slug.
Yeah, a lot of awkward sliders to start with.
I think a very early miss. From, I think Doctora actually found one in the first couple of combo, but Malkus trades that miss. Oh, Doctora though finds yet another one, so Japan do walk away with this super slim advantage to start, but only minimal.
This is the spot they want to be in, especially now that Zelifa just not moving quite far left enough to catch that little stack. And Hiroshiki going to find a miss as well, but Malkus missing his... Oh, whole team of Japan's down right now. It's just Electro, and Doctore's back up to 200. Zelifa dropping, but Zelifa dropping quite a bit. I don't know if it's going to be enough to single-handedly bring it back for Japan, but they are slowly working up an advantage. And Doctore's down as well. It's going to flip. Malkus going to drop too, so it's not going very far. Especially with Electro still double S-ing. That's a huge difference maker right now, as he's by far the most stable in the lobby. There's a couple 200 combos on the side of Japan though, and that is going to go their way a little bit right now, especially with these extra misses coming out from everyone except for Malkus and Electro.
Yep, right now it is those top two players facing off against each other. Electro still on an SC, a double S at that, halfway through the map, and only still a 1-miss lead. So many trades coming out, but Japan not too much of an advantage. 2 misses though come out from Doctera and Zalefo, only traded by 1, and Hiroshiki, they're up to around a 2-miss lead now. 45k, Sawarabi and Malkus with big combos against just 1 from Electra. Halfway, or not halfway, but about a third to go in the map, and they can see that leaderboard. They are ahead for now, but they need to hold.
You can see it, but don't look. And the whole team's down. It's just Electro right now. And yeah, this is not the space you want to be in. Electro's single-handed carry right now, as he's still on the double S. Zalefa dropping a bit, so it is going to come back Japan's way a little bit as they are trying to stabilize. Malkus trading with Zalefa. Doctore stable. Sawarabi and Hiroshiki starting to build combo back up. And
Electro's still
barely on the side of Japan now. It was going to be France for a second, and just so close right now. Everyone's missing.
Electro!
Hold on! Japan!
The support! No, they've dropped everything that they had, and Doctore, in the end, had just enough combo to pull it ahead for France. Electro did all the hard work throughout the entire map, but when it mattered, France just had the combos to pull it back, and they take the point by 17k. That is an unbelievable score from Electro. 980k, 5 misses. Everyone else at least above 20. What?
Yeah, and that's so unfortunate. Everyone on Japan higher than the second, third player of France, but just Electro alone with the 980k score just single-handedly dragged his team into the break point. That is very unfortunate for Japan. Just such an insane play for Electro. That small difference is just...
I mean, just as a team, they were more succinct. They were better, but what can you do when on Hidden 3, Electro's on a 980k run? I mean, that is simply unstoppable, really. Yeah, I mean, 17k was close, but wow.
Yeah, it's not every day that you get to see that sort of thing. Those sorts of massive carries on Score V2. That was a huge one. I believe the biggest one I've ever seen was like, there was an AXS quite a few years back when the Japanese player EKR still used to play frequently. And I think there was one where EKR on a double time pick with his score alone managed to outplay all 3 opponents that they went up against. It's like the first and last time I've ever seen anyone ever do that on Score V2. I think it was like AXS4 or AXS5.
Yep. And
we are going to see No Mod 3 come out from France.
Finally,
in the low AR.
The pick comes down. Yep. This is, of course, as always, the gimmicky map. This one is really, really tough, honestly. It's just stacks absolutely everywhere. It's so easy to trip up and just not go under the pattern completely perfectly, and you lose your entire combo. And yeah, I mean, it's AR9, it's high CS, it's everything that you want in a gimmicky pick. And yeah, it's a really intense scored song too.
This probably wouldn't even be that hard on if it was like 9.8, 9.9, but with it being at 9, oh no, this is not the greatest map to run. Like I said, I did do a run through of the whole map pool like a couple days ago, and when I played this, I was like, what? What is this map?
Yeah, Japan are in a rough position, and on a map like this, France, I think, are just so strong. So it's going to be really hard, especially when your back is almost fully against the wall now. I don't believe either team have actually played this yet, but yeah, it's going to be tough. Senko Hanabi, I think, is coming in for the very first time in this match for Japan. Has not been in on a single point up until now. France keeping that kind of core three-man in Electro, Titobus, and Zalefa, who have been in for almost every single map now. Doctore has been in a few times too.
Yeah, Doctore for the Hymns. I'm gonna see the skips. And here it comes. It's...
Oh boy. Stack Hell is here.
No, thank you. Just awkward
early
streams
misses already.
One after the other, and yeah. Everyone making it to at least 200 combo from the side of France, where Titoba is going to be the first to miss on their side, and only one FC still on the side of Japan right now. Everyone recovering quite well though, so it's not going to be much of an advantage to France, but it's still there. Yeah, everyone can want to make sure their movements are quite precise so they don't miss any of this, especially the wiggly parts. And Senko Hanabi,
Oh no.
Monka's the only one left for Japan, and it is big combos. Titoba's gonna miss, but Zelefa and Electro are both still double S-ing the song right now coming out of the first quarter. And
oh, that is a final drop. Finally, a miss comes down from Zalefa, but Electro is still double S-ing, still an FC here for France. Really, really strong performance already here from Electro. Japan were doing well to match those combos early on, but Malkus, another drop now. France with a pretty comfortable lead finally. Senko Hanabi builds back up to, it's only 100k, and 100k does sound like a lot, but on a map like this, if the other team just finds some struggle in the latter half and you're able to build up some combo, you never know what might happen. But, you know, Japan really have to lock in for now, and Zalefa is the first to drop in this really technical section. Two misses come out from Malkus and Senko Hanabi.
Yeah, everyone's still fairly close in score except for Electro, who is just 100k ahead of everyone right now, and he's gonna finally miss.
Oh no,
but
the curse.
Look, it's once again another carry state, and he recovered very quickly. Oh, I'm gonna miss again. Now that might be a little bit cursed, but this could have been a chance, but everyone's missed. So yeah, no advantage for anyone really. So that will benefit France, as Japan is pulling like a couple of thousand back, but that's nowhere near enough, unfortunately. They're going to have to go hard in terms of consistency towards the end here. They ideally probably don't want to miss anymore, and that's two misses coming out of Japan right as I say that. Only traded by Zelefa.
Titoba's having a great ending section here as well, catching up a little with Electro, and it's just all France here. Japan having some nice combos in Malkus in that captain's score, but it's just not enough. Malkus falls, so does Salarabi, and they just simply have nothing towards the end. France all above 200, and they're probably going to eclipse 200k. Zalefa does fall in the end, but it does not matter. And yeah, just what a performance yet again from France. Electro having a standout once again, and has been an incredible player this entire match.
Plays out of Titobus and Electro on that pick were just absurd. Both above 925k, and unfortunately, even with Salarabi's play, 896k is still insanely good on this, but yeah, what can you do when two of your opponents are above 900k and no one from the Japan side is above 900 at all? It's very very difficult spot to be in, but they do have the pick again now, so maybe we'll see him mix it up a bit. It is 5-1 right now, so they are in a bit of a tricky position, especially with France's versatility. So we might see an Omod pick come out, we might see a Hard Rock pick come out. Not 100% sure what we'll see.
Yep, they're in a rough position, honestly. I mean, down 5-1, and it's well. In fact, they don't. They just wait a little longer to decide. And it's understandable why, but finally the Hard Rock pick comes out. Has been a while since we've seen... Actually, I don't think we've even seen a single Hard Rock on this match. Obviously, we've seen a mixed mod Hard Rock, but not pure HR. And yeah, finally Japan goes a Hard Rock. Big Hard Rock 2 last time. Hard Rock 3 here is just more kind of mechanical. The speed is pretty tough. It's really, really dense as well. And yeah, it's pretty much a map. It's kind of a map with everything going on. And honestly, this is just a really, really tough Hard Rock map.
Yeah, and we'll see Pissoir come in this time for France. And
finally,
both scores yesterday were quite close, but France still having the advantage by about 60k between yesterday's scores. So maybe Japan feeling a bit more confident in their practices today for this map. But I mean, they still had
I think they have a chance.
150k runs on their side yesterday, so I'd say there's definitely a good shot here. It's one of those things where France is such a strong opponent on everything, where you sort of just have to go with what you're feeling, and I suppose you have to kind of ignore what France is doing a little bit and just focus on you, I guess.
No, definitely. You definitely have to just keep rolling. You know, it's an unfavorable position, that is for sure, but it's not over till it's over, and Japan, I'm sure, will keep fighting all the way up until it's not possible anymore. But yeah, I think 2 swap outs. Well, Pissoir coming in for the first time, Rindo entering back in, of course, Malkus and Sawarabi, Electro, T-Tobus remaining for both sides, although that is an early drop here from Malkus, traded by Pissoir though, so that an even start for both.
Very uncharacteristic miss there, so maybe there's a little bit of nerve being felt. Stalrabi gonna miss as well as Malkus, and it is 1 FC to 2 right now. But Pissoir missing quite hard there as well, and missing quite a bit. That's gonna flip it back to Japan's favor right now.
Yep, the match
Rindo's gonna trade.
Messing up quite a lot. France will stay in the lead with that trade, but only barely. It's less than a miss. If a single more comes out, it will swap to Japan's side, and there it is. They retake the lead now. It's still... Oh, that is a big miss though from Rindo, unfortunately. Goes back to France, and well, it's still only around 5k in their advantage. This is a really, really close point.
Yeah, Japan sort of need France to lose one of those FCs, but instead Rindo's going to lose combo, and Pissoir's stabilizing right now, so this is a good spot for France. Not the best spot for Japan right now, but they do have 2 solid combos right now. They just... And there's 1 combo down for France.
Okay.
T-Tobus is full combo. Now, another break.
On the break too.
Ignore the board.
Oh no.
Ignore the board. Don't look at the leaderboard.
The nerves will start to rise, I'm sure. I'm sure someone probably had a peek there, and it's a miss from Rindo coming out of the break indeed. 25k lead to France at the moment. We've got a quarter left to go, and they're in the lead. Rindo falls yet again.
Malkus is down 2. It is...
There's no trades from France. They are building up a big lead. It's 90k to them now. They're probably going to eclipse 100k. Another double miss. Sawarabi incredibly 1100 combo, matching Electro almost, but this does not have that support.
Sawarabi going hard there, but unfortunately France just has Electro, and yeah, it's very rough. They had a brief advantage for a second, but they weren't able to pull it back into their favor, and now the gap is just way too large to even do anything. Electro going to find a miss at the end there, but it doesn't matter. It's 120k point difference.
Yep. What a performance from France again. 2.8 mil. They fall a little. I think Japan's score yesterday may have even beat them, or maybe just not, but it would have been really close. But a couple maybe underperformances from them, unfortunately. I think especially from Rindo, who seemed a little disappointed with that, and I think Molkus falling a little bit too behind there too, just didn't quite have the support for that amazing score from Sawarabi, and yet again it's the consistency from the French players just to get a bit more combo and to hold on. And yeah, I mean, what a player Electro has been in this match, by the way. Another top performance, another top score, one miss coming out of that one, 988k, and has really just been a standout, you have to say.
Yeah, most certainly. He put his Jordans on before playing. We will see a quick reboot from Molkus, so I'm guessing maybe there's a bit of latency there. Never a time you want tech issues, but even without it, I think France is just absolutely mental right now. And there it is, DT4 to close it out.
Yep.
And this is a very, very tricky DT map. Low approach rate, but very dense patterns. Dense patterns, streams, and a lot of fun sliders. It kind of reminds me of an old map, and I don't know how many people agree with this, but some of the streams kind of remind me of that old Shonen, I think it's Shonen Radio, Niu. It's like a mid-2010s map, and it's like AR9 and has like a lot of very dense, weird streams in it. That's sort of what the song reminds me of when you hit like the stream sections.
Absolute banger of a song by Korea. I absolutely love Korea. It's good to see some representation from this artist, and it's a fob map. And it's interesting that Japan did actually pick this map yesterday, I believe. Was their second pick against Indonesia, which they did win. But yeah, that score difference compared to France from what they got yesterday against Peru is it's not looking amazing for them on paper for this map. And yeah, I think as you said, it's just a solid pick for France, where you see that massive score differential compared to how you've done in your previous matches. And yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle for Japan on this one, but they're going to fight with all their might, and they really have nothing to lose at this point. Down match point 6-1,
and at least they're not going to get, like, there's still a chance they could take this, but if they don't, at least they're not going to get swept. Like, at least there's no clean sweeps here. At least they deny France a weekend sweep.
And they got the first point too, so you know it was a good start. At least they were leading at some point, but France have just been so consistent here and really tough to match. I mean, these scores we've seen from them, some of the best this weekend by far. And yeah, they really have cruised through this loser bracket, haven't they? But it's not over until it's over. There's still a point at least to be played here for Japan. So let's see if they can rise up to the challenge.
Yeah, really misses out of everyone except for Electro. Once again. Electro just... Oh, Electro gonna drop this time though. Hold on. Humanizing moment here. And yeah, France still maintain the advantage as T-Tobis is now the lead combo. Senko and Arby's there, but unfortunately Sawarabi gonna trade with Zelifa right now, which means that it's... yeah, finally 200s. Zelifa gonna miss. Electro gonna miss. Hold the phone.
Hold on.
There's some potential. Sawarabi gonna trade one of them though. Molkus down. No, Sawarabi down as well.
It's only
when it was
Senko
about to come
Hanabi.
back to them, it's Senko and
They were
Navi
so
is going
close.
quite well right now.
Yeah, great combo
And
from
the
that
break.
bottom right corner. Yep, the break, as always, might set those nerves in. I mean, France maybe a little nervy, knowing that they're only around a minute and 15 seconds away from claiming this match and moving on into the finals. The trade comes out. Zalefa and Salrabi both dropping Molkus back up to 200 now. It's still a 70k lead for France at the moment. Right now, great combos from Senko Hanabi and Electro. And if France do find a bit of a collapse here, we could see Japan come back, but no! Japan. They lose all of their combo, and Electro still holding on, as well as Zalefa. And it just might be GG's at this point. Barely any time left to go. And France will walk away in the end with yet another great team score to end this match off. Good game, well played. And that will be it. Couple late misses, but it will not matter. And they take it 7-1.
It's a very, very strong performance out of France. I think both teams underperforming compared to their scores yesterday, but look, it's late in the match, and yeah, it's a very tense time as well. Japan doing very well there still, but unfortunately just not enough, especially with the 900k scores out of T-Togus and Electro once again. France just absolute force to be reckoned with. Japan's still doing really good, getting that top 8 spot. So, you know, maintaining that consistency that they had in qualifiers, and fortunately going to leave the tournament now, but it has been quite exciting to watch Japan throughout this CWC, and, you know, they've really come into their own quite recently. So, yeah. I don't think they will be at all disappointed with how they did. So... Anyway,
I mean, only one match away from finals is amazing.
Yeah, that's not a lot of teams can say that they do that. But France will be one of those teams saying that they will be going on to finals week for the first time in a little while, I believe. It's been quite a while since France has made finals week, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they will go on to face whoever loses out of the match between Argentina and Finland. So that is going to be an insanely difficult matchup next week between both teams. But in 6 minutes from now, we have another fire matchup, Poland and Chile. Poland getting a huge upset on Russia. Last week? Or the week before?
Was it against?
Wait, no. It was against Indonesia, sorry. They got the upset against Indonesia. It was Finland that got the upset against Russia. Sorry, cross wires for a second. The winner of this matchup going to face Canada, who did get a massive upset against Russia. I believe it was yesterday, 19 hours ago.
Yeah, it was.
7-4. That was a match. It's very impressive out of Canada, showing that they've still got the fire, even though they might not have had the best qualifier run.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Poland, Chile in 5 minutes from now, so don't go far at all.
No, stay tuned.
Very, very brief intermission. And yeah, we'll see you soon.
Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to some more OC Catch World Cup 2025. We're back with more semi-finals action. We've got our number 10 seed Poland versus our number 9 seed Chile. This is a losers bracket match and the first of the weekend for both of these two teams. So both of these two teams trying to get into that top 8 position with a chance to get into finals weekend, but have a long road ahead of them. I'm one of your commentators, Tope Daddy, joined here by Maitu. How's it going?
I am doing very, very well. Had a match just before between France and Japan with Kujibo, and that went pretty expectedly with France coming out quite convincingly in a 7-1 victory, but I think this match could be maybe a little closer between the 10th and the 9th seed. Here, of course, as you said, they're playing for the first time, so don't know exactly what each other's strengths and weaknesses are compared to that previous matchup. So a little bit more of a kind of intrigue aspect to this match, you have to say. But very excited still to get into this one regardless.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting here. Gonna have to see what the bans end up being from both of the teams. We see a couple rolls, and Chile actually will be taking the win on the roll and deciding on first ban and second pick. Which is a strategy we've seen a few times this weekend. I don't know what the popular way to do it is. Some people like getting a second ban so they can see what the ban is first, and potentially, get a chance to ban something that they wouldn't otherwise do, and get if their opponent wanted to ban that. But on the other hand, we've seen a lot of first bans just like, we know we're not going to ban the same thing as our opponents. We'd rather see what our opponents are going to be picking first. Get that second pick and put ourselves in an advantage if this match goes the distance.
Yeah, I think so. I think that getting your opponents to pick first when those kind of early match nerves are still settling in for a lot of players is not a bad choice either. It's kind of not a bad trade-off either way. It's really just what you prefer, and kind of if you want to get that ban out of the way and to see what your opponents kind of want to go for, and then kind of getting the first map nerves, which is usually where most of them are concentrated out, and then you have a good performance on your first pick. So I'm interested to see if that ends up working for them, of course, or not, but it's going to be a no mod 3 ban from Chile.
So getting the definitely the most gimmicky map in the pool out of the way. Chile having not been super comfortable on the gimmick map so far this tournament. A lot of teams have been picking the Nomad 3s and the converts into them just because of that. So makes sense for them to get rid of one out of the gate.
Yep, definitely does. It's a tough map to play, and if you're not super confident on it, I can 100% understand why you just want to throw that one in the bin for the match. It's really, really difficult, but it's going to be Poland's ban, and hopefully that's not a real sad face and a little unsureness of what to ban. But you never know from Bubba. He's always a character. Wonder what it's going to be in the end.
Yeah, it's interesting to say. It's interesting to think about. I know Chile is pretty strong on the hard rocks and DTs in general. They have been for a long time, so I wouldn't be surprised to see one of those go. But you got a lot of choices when it comes to that. I could, see one of the difficult, really gimmicky DTs get out of the way. I know that DT4 has been a pretty tough cookie this weekend for a lot of teams. But like I said, 7 maps between Hard Rock and DT if they feel Chile is strongest at those two. But Hidden, too, actually going to be the ban there. Chile also a quite good Hidden team, just good at the mobs, I think, in general.
Yeah, I mean, getting into these rounds, a lot of teams kind of don't have a complete weakness on really any mod. They might just have a little bit of a small third player issue is kind of like the lower end of where we're kind of sitting in the semi-finals, of course. Another thing to look at compared to last rounds is kind of the scaling for the pools and how much more difficult this one is. And I think semi-finals expectedly is quite a big step up from previous rounds and indeed quarterfinals. So it's hard to compare directly, but Chile is, of course, just a really strong team all around, and I think it makes sense for Poland to ban. Chile are a really good low AR hidden team, so might see that come into play later with mixed mods or whatever, but it's a ban's done. It's Poland's pick.
Yeah, Poland's pick could see a no mod 4 type pick coming out. That's been pretty popular against Chile. Kind of depends where Poland wants to go. They've also been pretty happy to choose the hard rock selections, just looking at some of their past scores. But they will end up going with the no mod 2, so we're going to stick with the no mod pool. See that Chile banned out the no mod 3 to stick in that pool. Not quite where I thought it was going to be going, but deciding on a much less gimmicky map out of the 3 available. Or I guess one of the 2 less gimmicky maps of the 3 available.
Yep. It's not gimmick as you would say, but it's not any less technical or difficult to move around to hit these patterns. I mean, no mod 2 is another kind of, I think, practice map where you really have to have perfect confidence on these patterns in order to kind of get the flow and combo going. But yeah, I believe that this is a good first pick out of Poland. We've seen some good performances from them on kind of techie picks in the past, so just gonna wait to see for the rosters to come in for both teams now.
Oh yeah, just waiting for the third players. We see Philo and Mars on the side of Poland, waiting for their third. Don't play CTB and Erezil on Chile for their team. Stark coming in for Chile as that third player, and waiting on the last player for Poland, who I could see someone like Madsen coming in on this.
Yep, has been on quite a few no mod 2s for Poland in the past. Has good confidence, and I think is a great scale player as well. And well, there you go. Madsen is the third player, the final player to enter into the arena for both teams now, as we should be getting underway shortly.
Yeah, absolutely. Madsen having played most of the maps this tournament so far, so well-rounded. Maybe won't see them on the hidden, but everything else I imagine we're going to be seeing them. So we've got all the players in the lobby waiting for the ready-ups, and we can get underway in the first map of the match.
Yep, here we go. First map for both teams in the semifinals weekend, and probably adding a little extra nerves, just jumping headfirst into semifinals map pool against each other. Here we go. Poland's first pick. No mod to Philo, Madsen, and Moors against Don't Play CTB, Erezil, and Stark.
And here we go. A little bit of a break at the beginning, but we'll be getting underway here. Spinner battle to start the map. Looks like Chile took a pretty sizable lead, actually, from just that spinner. Whoa. About 2,000 points. So a little bit of an advantage, assuming no one misses. But, I mean, this map is a little too hard for me to imagine no one's going to miss overall.
Yeah,
Six-way
I doubt we'll see many drops. Surely not, right? Surely that doesn't happen, but the beginning is definitely the easiest part.
And we already see
here we go.
Breaks there. Stark, Don't Play CTB, and Madsen all breaking. Erezil finishing it off for Chile. Mars trading one of those back, but Philo only one left with the FC, and double S here is giving Poland a huge opening lead. But Philo is going to drop that FC. Mars continuing to break. We're seeing a lot of breaks just all across the board, but the consistent combos are staying on Poland. Only team really able to get anyone above 200 for an extended period of time, but as I say that, Erezil and Stark do make it above the 200 combo mark and start cutting into that lead just a little bit.
Yep, Poland in the advantage now. and around 60k for them into this break. Definitely not insurmountable for the Chileans, but they are still in a rough position from this point. Do have that combo advantage, gonna continue to tick away at that score. Halfway to go. And, well, they have the combos ready to capitalize. The question is, can they hold them enough through the next difficult section? Well, it's already a miss from Arisial. Dark and Don't Play CTB hold on, but Poland back in that combo advantage.
Yeah, Don't Play CTB gotta find a break on their own. Feel gonna trade that Arisial with another break. We have two big combos, two just one. Stark holding on as best they can, but with the only player on Poland side missing being a Kilo, they're gonna keep those two big combos and maintain about a 100,000 point lead going into the last quarter. So Madsen and Mars doing their job to keep the lead, but now combo advantage in favor of Chile. Philo is going to find another break, and at least going to start shrinking a little bit, but Arisial is going to trade that and going to stem the bleeding with, and don't play CTB, rather. Finding a miss there might be the nail in the coffin as we get into the final few patterns of the map. And there's not too much left to miss on. Looks like Poland should be able to take this home and take a first point in this match.
Yeah, fantastic ending section, and really latter half of the map from Stark with an 1100 combo at the end there. 961k, only just ahead. Madsen there from Poland with a 975k. But overall, just too much consistency on the snow mod too. And yeah, just simply didn't quite have the support there, Stark, compared to Don't Play CTB, and Arisial, and compared to Poland. So that is that first pick one here for the Polish roster, but of course it's over to Chile now to match it.
Yeah, they got their pick of the litter to go with. They've got all of the mod pools available. I don't imagine they're going to want to stick around that no mod pool. Could even see them kind of wanting to avoid the Hard Rock pool, just because that's, can be somewhat comparable, especially if you're looking at like no mod 1 compared to Hard Rock 1 and no mod 2 compared to like Hard Rock 3 in that case. So I would not be surprised to see DT or Hidden come out before Hard Rock in this match.
Yep, definitely. I think that, well, of course, they have a lot to work with here. The entire pool is basically at their disposal to pick from, and could even be a hidden pick. Poland is feeling maybe a little uncomfortable on that. Wouldn't think that they go for a hidden 3. I think Poland more struggle with the reading aspects, kind of having that third player issue a little bit in that regard. So probably hidden 1 if anything for that, but a lot to work with. And wow, what do you know? It's hidden 1. So hey,
I think they're listening.
Not a bad prediction. Not a bad prediction there.
I think they're listening to you. But exciting stuff. Hidden 1 going to be picked out for Chile's first selection in the match. One of our OSU originals for this semifinals round 1 of 3. We'll have to dig into the McMod pool if we want to see the others, but it's good to see even just the 1.
Yep. Absolutely. It's great to see. And this is a banger for sure.
Yeah, banger. Pretty polarizing as far as scores so far this weekend. We've seen a large range of scores. The spacing control and just general positioning needed and precision for this is unlike anything we've seen so far, and has been tripping up a lot of players. This hidden pool in general is very, very difficult.
Yeah. This is a tough one. I mean, it's kind of hard to say which maps are less tough than the others. The semifinals pool has really ramped up in the difficulty, and yeah, the spacing on this one is just so tough. And yeah, I think this could honestly be pretty close. We've seen some insane performances from Poland actually on hiddens in the past. I believe kind of in that upset against, well, I don't know if you'd necessarily call it the biggest upset, but a small one against Indonesia. They had some really good hidden performances there. Of course, this pool has scaled a lot more since then. But I'm interested to see how it goes. Of course, it's Chile's first pick, so you expect them to be confident on it, but you never know until the map gets underway.
Yeah, I mean, you got the position where Chile has to feel a little bit confident about it going with it as their first pick, and also Poland banned Hidden 2. Obviously a different type of map, the low AR reading for Hidden 2, a much different gameplay style than this Hidden 1, so it's not necessarily going to say that much about whether Poland's good at the other two Hiddens, but it can at least give a note of comfort, and in that case, it seems like Poland's not so comfortable with the way the Hidden Pool is set up for them, I suppose.
Yep, 100%. And well, we have spoiled us all about unexpectedly, of course, Lechu coming in for the Hidden, and actually it's going to be an early miss from a couple of players. Stark dropping as well as Madsen and Bobber, and there's another miss now from Bobber too, so early drops coming down, going to favor Chile as Lechu and Don't Play CDB still holding those full combos along with Philo, and more misses coming down there from Madsen, so it's about a 2-miss lead to start for Chile.
Yeah, despite the early miss, Stark was able to recover that combo. Same with Over, who gets up to 200 combo now. Philo's going to drop that full combo for Poland, as is Lechu. So there's just one full combo left on the board. We see a triple miss from Poland there, as the only player to hold on to any combo through that section is going to be Don't Play CTP, the last full combo on the board. And as I say that, they are going to find a miss, but not without already establishing a 100,000 point lead in favor of Chile.
Yeah, 6-digit lead to get this one off is really, really impressive, and they have a great buffer ahead of them for the remaining 3 quarters. Of course, Poland going to just keep on building. That's exactly what they're doing now. They're just waiting to pounce, but Chile are doing the same in the slower section. Bobber, though, finds a miss. So does Philo. Trades across the board. It's Lechu versus Madsen, and Madsen's the only one holding on. Here come the stacks. Who can hold through? Nobody, except for... No, there's no combo. And it's favored Chile. It dropped a lot there, but it's gone back up.
Yeah, it went down to about 50,000 for a second there, but once Madsen started missing, that lead kind of stayed the same, and Chile was able to recover. That said, even an 80,000 point lead isn't necessarily safe on a map like this. We have seen collapses happen at the end because of that spike, and we're already seeing the score lead drop to 50,000 points, as Madsen really the only one able to hold any consistent combo at the moment, though Bover and Philo are finding some more consistent drops and holding on to a lead for Chile at the moment. We're about to get into the last third, with Chile knowing that they're in the lead, but they have to keep it. They're not out of striking distance, especially for this ending.
No, definitely not. There's a lot to play for here. Poland getting this break would be huge. They already have a point, and I'm sure that will be playing on their minds a little bit coming into this final quarter. Philo and Madsen, everyone building up that they need to. So is Bobber, and here we go into the Ki. First to drop is Bobber. Don't Play CDB trades it. It's back up to around 100k for Chile as Philo finds yet another miss, and there is no trade on that Chilean side. 110k now in their advantage. Stark drops, but it's traded by Bobber, and Madsen loses the combo. That might just be the dagger here for Poland. Lechu holding on, and a great ending section from that core hidden player. Chile will get the point.
Last few patterns got a little bit of a buffer, so 140,000 points should be enough to, no matter what happens. It is dropping the lead a little bit with Madsen holding on to some combo alongside a Bover, but 140,000 points, more than enough to hold on to the lead and give Chile their first point in the match.
Yep. Strong start here, really, from both teams. 100k lead to both really actually similar leads out of both of their first picks. So pretty much perfect from either.
For
That is a
110,000 for Hidden 1 for Chile. So pretty close. I imagine that number is going to start getting smaller as we get further into the map pool, but you never know with some of these maps.
Well, they're looking even so far, but yeah, there's of course a lot more to be played, but it's of course back to Poland's pick now, and well, wonder what they're going to strike at next here.
Nomad 2 went really well for them. You could see them digging into the hard rock, but I would imagine they would want to stick with. I mean, I think Nomad 4 sitting there is a little bit just kind of candy there, in my opinion. But that's just knowing that teams have been pretty gung-ho about picking the converts into Chile. I don't know how comfortable Poland's going to be overall on it.
Yep, well, taking a little to deliberate, but well, what do you know? It's actually going to be Nomad 1 in the end. Hasn't been a super popular pick kind of in the more earlier rounds, but we've seen this chosen a reasonable amount actually in the semifinals weekend. Of course, this map is kind of becoming less of a pure consistency battle, has a few more difficult patterns. It's still probably one of the more easier and of course consistent maps, but has some tough parts. It even has some tap dashes riddled in there, and this is a super tough speed pick still.
Yeah, that 270 BPM is a brutal speed check for you, especially on some of those hybrid jumps. There are, and not even just to mention the jumps themselves, you have to worry about stamina when things get this fast, especially when this is almost 4 minutes long.
Yeah, the stamina on this one is, well, yeah, this is a pure stamina check, honestly. I mean, I doubt it's going to be super easy for any teams to hold their stamina all the way through. I'm not too sure. It's always the U-Man songs, I feel like. U-Man is such a great artist and always builds maps that just completely drain your stamina coming up to the end. So, yeah, excited to see how this one plays out in the end. But, yeah, another Nomad pick from Poland. And they're just getting their roster in now. Seems that Chile already have that one sorted. Arisial back in for them. And see what Poland goes for their third player.
Just waiting for that third player, deliberating among themselves. Looks like it's going to be Madsen. Probably should have guessed that was going to happen. Madsen, again,
Yep.
probably going to be in on everything except the hiddens.
I think Blue Vapor is coming in for the first time here for Poland. The match debut from them, but Don't Play CTB has been in every time, along with Stark, and kind of those core three have really been Chile's kind of carry throughout this tournament so far, and will most likely continue to do so for the rest of this match. So here we go. Roster's in. Everyone ready to jump in to Nomad 1 to break that deadlock at 1-1.
Yeah, Chile looking to find a breakpoint here. Poland looking to maintain a 0 breakpoint game so far. 3-in would be a little bit of a tough loss if Poland did give this up so early on in their pick selections, but we'll have to see. This is 4 minutes long, and everyone's starting to build up to that 200 combo, and no one finding any issues super early on. And everyone able to make it to the combo cap without finding any even droplet misses. So we're looking at a six-way double as shortly into this match.
Yep, that score is exactly equal. Nothing separating the two teams. And, well, that's about to change. 2 misses come out from Chile. Don't Play CTB and Stark finding misses. And no trades at all from Poland. So that's simply going to be a 2-miss advantage cleanly for the Polish roster as we jump into the Ki now. That's going to be 2 misses though back now. And Chile just climbing up to the 200s. From those two players who dropped, and it's pretty much going to be equal once again, but it's another miss, and Chile finally take a slim lead.
Yep, one full combo left on each side. Mars and Brazil is going to find a break as I say that. I need to stop talking. I keep cursing people. But that lead is shrinking, and again, we'll likely go closer to pulling up. Mars breaks the full combo as well. We're down to 0, and Chile gonna hold on to the lead despite that late break from Arisial.
Yep, Blue Vaporous also going down, as well as Madsen, so Chile finally building up a little more. No, they don't. 2 misses come down, and that's going to swing right back to Poland, although they don't quite have all of the 200 combos to capitalize, although that now, that will swing it a little more. Trade from Madsen and Arisial down to 25k. It's about a 1-miss lead to Chile. This is absolutely still anyone's point. Heading into the Kiana, will there be any misses to come?
First score has went better, and for Chile, we see a double break from Poland, Blue Vaporous, Madsen, and Mars. All three Polish players are going to find breaks in that chorus, and all three Chilean players holding onto their combo into this solo. Going to take an 80,000 point lead and climbing as we continue to see Chile just holding on super strong. Full combos through that solo section and establishes a 90,000 point lead before the final Kiai.
Yep, almost up to that 6-digit margin. They'll continue increasing a little more. Poland now all above 200 combo, but no, not anymore. Madsen dropping now in this streamy section. No one else finding miss, so that's simply going to give Chile another miss in their advantage. And less than a quarter left to go. Does Poland have anything left in them in this remaining section to bring it back? It's 110k lead on the dot there for Chile, but Moors finds the drop. No one on Chile is missing. What is this consistency we're seeing out of the Chilean roster on this Nomad 1 in this ending section? Unbelievable. Everyone above 800. Arisial finally drops, but it doesn't matter. The point is over, and they take a break.
Yeah, holy. That was a crazy performance on the ending. Stark and Don't Play CTV going to end the map with over 1,000 combo after some rough misses at the beginning, but Poland just not able to hold consistency through the choruses like Chile was able to. And like you said, a big break point early on in this match. And some funny scores coming out from Chile. The quadruple fours on 2 different scores there.
Yeah, wow. A little bit of fun numbers to go with that incredible team score on a tough Nomad 1. Their stamina was simply just better than Poland's at the end. I mean, it really just seemed like Poland was struggling with those patterns at the end. Madsen and Blue Vaporous, especially, Moors having a pretty good score, almost matching, but everyone on Chile outclassing all of the Poland scores. And yeah, that is a superb breakpoint to have earlier on in the match. It's only Poland's second pick, and they're up 2-1.
And Chile, with a chance to establish a lead here, need to consolidate their breakpoint here with a good pick. Could see them going with the hidden 3, though that one is a... I mean, I've heard some opinions that the hidden 3 might be one of the hardest maps in the pool, but we've said that about quite a few of the maps so far that have already been played, so you never really know where this is going to go.
Well, it's hard to say. Like I kind of said before, I think Hidden 1 is definitely that most comfortable pick for Chile. I think the Hidden 3 Poland can contest them a lot more. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Hard Rock. We've seen some really fantastic Hard Rock scores from them in previous rounds, so could be that. Could venture into DT, but wouldn't be surprised to see. Well, I'm actually completely wrong this time. It is going to be in 3 in the end. They're just sticking with the map that they've already picked and won. With the pool, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, sticking with what's comfortable. Chile, a very good hidden team in general anyways, but this feels risky. Even with how good Chile is, it's one of those maps that can go wrong so fast, especially that middle section where the density starts to spike and there's a lot of movement tech that you need to deal with and reading. That part I've seen destroy scores this weekend.
Yeah, that's a section to look out for sure. And there's kind of moments in maps that really make or break a point. And that's definitely one of them. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But yeah, this is an XCON map. One of the most well-known catch players around, and is in for the mapping team this Catch World Cup, which is really, really good to see. And it's a custom as well. By well, it's not an original, but it is a custom map, and it's a really nice to see, honestly. Another XCOM map coming in here, and we yet again wait for the third player for actually both teams this time, not for Poland only.
Yeah, Poland's going to bring Madsen in. Madsen, Bover, and Philo looking like the squad going to be coming in for Hidden 3. Don't play CTB and Stark in right now for Chile. Aristiel actually coming in for this. We're not going to see Lechu in on the Hidden despite their performance on the Hidden 1. But we've already mentioned that this Hidden 3 is very, very different from Hidden 1. So it's not too surprising to see a potentially different squad on each side for a map like this, where I think this is more going to favor your overall technical skill than necessarily your hidden ability.
Yeah, well, big swap outs for Poland. Only Madsen remaining in, funnily enough, for a hidden map, but it's AR 9.7. I don't really think necessarily the kind of big reading aspect is the super key focus in this one. Of course, hidden does add a little bit of an extra difficulty, but patterns in this one, just the spacing, the timing needed in this map is so tough. And I think Madsen can do that pretty well, but it's going to be difficult to go up against Chile on this one. Still nerves to consolidate that breakpoint, of course, but it's early misses out of Poland.
Yeah, we did see an early break from Stark as well, but that's all 3 full combos already gone from Poland with Aristiel and Don't Play CTV. At the moment, holding on. One of them is going to find a break, so last full combo is on Aristiel. Not even at the 200 combo, but Poland does continue to find breaks with Madsen trading the one from Don't Play CTV. And Aristiel finally hitting that 200 combo as we start getting some of these really snappy patterns starting up. And Chile going to take about a 50,000 point lead as Aristiel does break that last full combo.
Yeah, loses that combo, but they still have the combo advantage regardless. Although, won't anymore. Don't Play CTB did miss, but traded by Madsen. Aristiel goes down yet again. Stark finally missing, and Philo, a super crucial combo right now above 200, is going to drag that lead right back now for Poland. Boba does miss, but traded by Aristiel, the lead continues to dwindle for Chile, and this is about equaled out now with that miss from Don't Play CTB. In fact, Poland now in the lead. Chile looking really comfortable there at the start, but Poland finding all the combo.
Yeah, everyone now above 200 combo. Don't Play CTV joining them just now. Madsen going to find a break in this section, but recovers nicely, though. That is going to still be enough for Chile to take a small lead out of it, as everyone else was able to hold combo through that really dense section. And Bober and Madsen going to find breaks. Double break, one traded back from Stark, but Philo is going to drop the combo as well.
Oh,
and they can see Aristiel and Don't Play CTV with a chance to blow this map wide open if they're able to hold on through the last third. But they missed right out of the break.
They lose it. Oh no, that is disaster for Chile. No combos for them, and Poland with that advantage on the combo once again. Boba with 150, Madsen now above 100. This is pretty much going to equal out once again. And this is so close, coming up to the ending section of the map, but Boba loses the combo. It's traded, however, by Stark. And Don't Play CTB, this is neck and neck between the two teams, and it's 2 misses more from Chile. Poland retake the lead. Madsen drops, but so does Stark. And Philo and Boba are holding on.
Yeah, almost no one able to hold combo, just barely long enough. Philo trying to hold on, only combo able to stay consistent. Aristiel's going to find a miss to trade with Bober. Don't Play CTV does match the combo maximum, but we're hitting the last few patterns of this map, and Poland looking like they're going to be able to take a breakpoint right back.
Philo, what are you doing? 922k. Pulling your team over the line. What was that combo at the end? 7 misses. Everyone else at least above 15. And it's 2-2. Poland, as you said, get the breakpoint right back immediately. And it's right to their pick. That is a massive momentum swing. I feel like after that Nomad 1, Chile really seemed like in the driver's seat throughout most of that map too. Was getting close, but they seemed they might just pull ahead, but no. Kind of a collapse in the end after that break. What a moment there. And yeah, I mean, that was what an incredible map.
That break was crazy. You saw everyone on Poland missed right before it. Chile had 2 combos above 400, and then both immediately dropped once the break ended. That was back and forth for pretty much the entire last third, because no one could find combo, and then Philo, the hero of the day for Poland there, finding any amount of combo, just gets Poland the lead and keeps it for them. That was insane.
Yep. One of the points of the weekend, to be sure. So much action jam-packed into that hidden 3. And yeah, it's right back to the drawing board now for both teams. They've evened the scores out, and yeah, it's just on even terms. It's 2-2, and it's Poland's pick, which they're spending a reasonable amount of time after that win deliberating on what to go for. And well, I wonder what it will be in the end here. Could close out the no-mod pool, but of course pretty much everything else entirely open now, and it will be in fact actually Hard Rock 2.
So finally moving outside of the no-mod and hidden pools, getting into the Hard Rock. I did mention that Hard Rock could be an interesting spot for Poland to go to if they felt comfortable on the no-mods. At this level, the main difference is just the precision, and especially on a map like this, where the circle size is much higher than normal, and the density is going to be lower than normal. So a big practice type map and a big precision map that we've seen. I think we've seen some of the biggest leads of the weekend on this map, just because of how, what would you call it? How divisive, I guess, a pick like this is.
Yep, absolutely. If you're just not feeling it, the score can really blow out pretty quickly with the precision. Holding combo in this is so important with the low BPM and just building that up. So that really is going to be the difference maker here. And most likely going to see swap outs. Usually the biggest swap outs come between the hidden and the Hard Rock maps. And well, we may see Pekarat come in here for Chile, the first appearance in this match. I don't think that's the right team. Don't play CTB. I think you're a Chilean player, not Poland. I hope. But
Trying to sabotage.
Bobber and Madsen actually going to stay in. Still on that side. I think they're trying to figure
Mars
out how to get
in
on each other's side. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Alright, they're swapping out. Mars going back to Poland. Don't play CTB, going to be on Chile. So not too many swap outs actually for this. We do see Bober and Madsen staying in for Poland, Arisiel and Don't Play CTB staying in for Chile. So just one swap out apiece to Pekarat and Mars. So going from Hidden to Hard Rock, not necessarily the easiest transition, but Hidden 3, AR 9.7, not the worst transition to make. Certainly not, it's not as bad as, say, Hidden 1 or Hidden 2 in that case.
Yep, that's true. Usually do see bigger swaps between the kind of high and low AR picks, but 9.7 to 9.10 is almost nothing. So, not too surprised to see. I guess similar players neglected that a little before, but here we go. It's Poland's pick. They've come right back into this match after kind of shockingly losing that No-Mod 1. And they're ready to battle out against Chile on precision, and in fact there's no early misses coming out. 200 combo, everyone hitting with no difficulty.
And as you say that, Don't Play CTB and Arisiel going to find early breaks. So that's 2 full combos gone for Chile on the lead, spiking pretty quickly in favor of Poland due to the low note count overall. Everyone else well above 200 combo. The triple-double, well, not quite triple-double, but Bober going to find a break. I was going to say triple combo. But Mars actually going to match that, and Madsen finding a third break as well, trading the one, the recent one with Don't Play CTB. Pekarat going to find a break instead of bleeding a little bit. So Poland's going to maintain a small lead, but Arisiel trying to keep that combo up and give it over to Chile. But we do see it, I think, 2 misses from Poland there. Don't Play CTB going to trade one of them. So right now, combo advantage for Chile. That lead was shrinking going into the break. Please don't miss right out the break again. I can't handle it if that happens.
Surely not. It just might, though. Let's see. Will it happen? Will there be any drops coming after the break? It doesn't seem like there are any immediate ones. Chile have brought this lead back, but it is Aristiel. That is a massive combo to lose. Moors does trade it, though. Poland still barely in the lead. There's a quarter left to go. Pekarat now above 200. Madsen getting up there as well. It's 12k. Any miss from Poland will probably send it over. Madsen finds the drop, but traded by Don't Play CDB. Lost all their combos. They've lost everything they had, and Pekarat and Aristiel are holding. This might be yet another break point. Amazing ending section from there's 2 misses.
The entire
but I don't
misses.
think there's enough. There's not enough time. There's just not enough time. What an ending from Pekarat.
Combo advantage
What a
was still
score.
in favor of Chile. Pekarat had the big combo, and a third breakpoint in a row comes through. Chile with yet another chance to establish a lead, but they've got to pick right. 3 breakpoints in a row. No matter what you're comfortable with, it's not working for either of these teams so far.
I mean, this match is just chaos. Honestly, 3 breakpoints in a row, like you said. And what a time to come in there for Pekarat and set a groundbreaking score. I mean, 960k, just completely ahead of everyone else by at least 70k, if not more, and fully pulled Chile over the line. That was the exact margin that Chile won by in the end, and that is exactly what they needed. So, superb performance there from Pekarat. And yeah, it's right back to them for the next pick. And the question is, Toph, can they finally break away?
I mean, I don't know. I think when you're looking at this too, it's like, oh, maybe they'll go for another Hard Rock because that worked for them. But that Hard Rock 2 is so different. It's not the same kind of map as the other 2 Hard Rock picks, where I want to say that Hard Rock 1 and Hard Rock 3 much easier to play even without practice, or at least much easier to be consistent on, much easier to get solid scores on. Scores don't get ruined by one miss like they do on Hard Rock 2. So they're going to avoid that. Chile going to pick the Mixed Mod 2, going with the low approach rate. Pretty tough on the mods side of the Mixed Mod pool.
Yep. Yeah,
and
definitely.
I think we've been particularly seeing some troubles on the Hard Rock side this weekend, but I think Hidden and Hard Rock are both quite tough on this.
Yeah, it's kind of the classic AFB, just making the mod players cry. He always loves to make these kind of maps that just fully target those Hidden and Hard Rock players. Don't let them off with any easy patterns whatsoever. And yeah, this is a really, really tricky map. It's AR 8.3. It's CS. I believe it's 5.7. Is it around on that Hard Rock? So yeah, it's just totally unforgiving, and it's not too long of a map either. It's only 2.5 minutes, so less room for mistakes.
Yeah, not too long, but we'll have to see how the teams decide to go about it. Lechu coming in likely for that Hidden. I imagine Stark's going to be taking the Hard Rock, Pekarat likely on the Nomad. Could swap those two, though. I could see Stark on Nomad, Pekarat on Hard Rock. Just depends what Poland wants to do with the mods on their side.
I mean, you have to say Pekarat's feeling good on Hard Rock right now.
Yeah, that is.
After
I mean,
that
that's
last
true.
performance.
70,000 points better than anyone else in the lobby on that Hard Rock 2. Certainly is going to give you a confidence boost.
Well, seems we have the rosters finally. Looks like we'll actually have Madsen on the Hard Rock. It's going to be Bobber on Hidden and Blue Vaporous closing out Poland's roster for no mod against Stark, Lechu, and Pekarat in the reverse order. So here we go. Can Chile break away, or will there be 4 breakpoints in a row? It's hard to predict what's going to happen at this point.
Yeah, Mixed Mod, a little bit of a tough cookie to make any kind of predictions on. We mentioned Chile being very good at mods in general. They certainly have the players for that Hidden and Hard Rock, those being Lechu and Pekarat in this case. But it's not like Poland doesn't have those mod players, and especially if you only need one of them certainly easier to make up the teams for that. Stark going to be the first miss there, and Poland going to take a small lead out of the gate, but a miss from Bober does trade that back and actually might give a small lead to Chile a little bit later before we hit 200 combo, as we do just now. And Bober Darkness finding yet another break is going to give Chile a solid lead, about a miss and a half worth of advantage here.
Yep, Stark now making his way up to 200 combo as well, so Chile having those full max combos ready, and it's about a 1 miss lead in their advantage. It's going to increase a little more than that as Bobber builds it back up, and no more misses coming out for now. Madsen and Blue Vaporous right now against those 2 full combos, and Lechu and Pekarat, and it's just everyone holding on right now. We're just waiting to see, playing the waiting game, who will be the next miss, and it's in fact Lechu who falls, and Poland's pretty much going to even it out exactly. All of their combos above 200, but no, Bobber falls, and it's back up for Chile.
Oh, and Blue Vaporous finds a break as well there. It is traded by Pekarat, so the only full combo left is Madsen. Lechu going to trade another miss, and that's going to start shrinking the lead quite quickly, though Bober's going to trade it and stem the bleeding. About 20,000 points in favor of Poland, as Bober finds yet another break and continues to allow Chile to expand that lead. But 30,000 points is nothing right now. We see 2 big combos, Madsen and Stark right now. Blue Vaporous and Pekarat both above 200 now as well. Lechu getting there. Last one is Bober trying to build up, but Blue Vaporous is going to break before that happens. Traded by Lechu, and 50,000 points is going to be the safe lead for now.
Yeah, quarter left to go. Is there anything left in this for Poland to grab at? Madsen loses that hard draw combo. Going to make things more difficult now for that Polish side. Chile building up really, really nicely. Pekarat with a great combo. Stark still with an just absurd combo. I mean, 4-digit now, above 1100, 90k. Poland collapsed. 2 misses there from Bobber and Blue Vaporous. Madsen falls too, and that will for certain end this map out. Chile, in the end, a really, really convincing win. 160k, but only at the end there. It was really, really close, but yet again, Poland collapsed at the end.
Absolutely. Chile finally able to consolidate that lead after 3 breakpoints in a row, gets one of their own, brings it to a 4-2 slate, sends the pick off to Poland, but makes sure that Chile no longer needs that breakpoint to get out of the tiebreaker. Poland now in a bit of a rough bind, needs to get at least 1 breakpoint to guarantee tiebreaker, needs 2 if they don't want to play it and win. But they're trying, they're going to need to make some good picks here. Hard Rock, maybe not the way to go for Poland. Still have that no mod 4, but given how they haven't picked it, I imagine they are not super comfortable on those converts either. So it's really about what mod they think they're going to go with. DT still untouched by either team.
I mean, we may finally see something like that coming in, although Chile definitely have the DT capabilities later in this round to contest super heavily. It seems neither team really is feeling overly confident on that, however, and I understand why. I just wonder if we'll actually see it or not. Every other pool now has been chosen except for Double Time. And yeah, of course it is Poland's pick. I mean, they're only, you know, a break point behind, but of course 2 points behind. And yeah, crucial pick here. They cannot afford to get broken again.
Taking their time. They seem to be taking a lot of their time, just making sure they're getting the right picks out. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for them on the previous one, but DT is going to be selected here, opening up the floodgates for the final mod pool that we haven't seen for that DT2, avoiding the higher approach rate though. Not going with the 10.5, not going with the not going with anything above 10, I guess in this case. Does come out to about 9.9 adjusted approach rate, so nothing too uncomfortable to read, just about the positioning and some smaller jumps, but still just consistent jumps throughout the whole thing. Another one that you could almost call a bit of a stamina tester.
Yep. Mechanics on this one are just super difficult. That constant rhythm those 1-3 patterns, and it's difficult kind of to choose whether to kind of walk through the patterns or dash. So it's honestly just a super tough DT mechanics map, and a classic song from Geometry Dash. So well, most people would know from that game, and that's by Yoshi Green here as well. Interested to see what the teams put in for this. Of course, we haven't seen any double time whatsoever from any of these teams this weekend. Let's see how this goes. And wait, we have Don't Play CTV on the other side again.
Wants to play for Poland really bad. I don't know.
Interesting mental strats here from the Chileans, and Moa's yet again on the Chileans end. All right, we're figuring things out. Who's in, who's not? I'm not sure. Why is Don't Play CTB still there? Okay, there we go.
Finally moving out of the way.
Moves.
Got our team.
We have the expected DT roster from Chile.
Yeah, Pekaret, Stark, Orizio coming in for that. Blue Vaporous, Madsen, and Mars going to be the Polish squad for this DT pick. First time we've seen DT in this match, but that is again one of the kind of what you'd expect from Poland, the normal DT players. But here we go. We'll have to see if this DT pick goes well. A little bit of, again, I mean, we've said a lot about the risks coming into a lot of these maps, and first exposure to DT in this map, or in this match here, hopefully for Poland, they're able to take that point and, you know, not give up a second break point. And early on, we do see 2 breaks. Stark and Blue Vaporous gonna favor Chile, but Pekaret gonna find yet another break, and it will even out there as Blue Vaporous continues to find breaks. So Stark also finds another one, so it's gonna be 2 full combos. Never mind, it's not 2 full combos because they both broke at the same time, and Orizio finds a break as the last combo.
What is happening?
That lead is nothing. No lead to be found anywhere. No one able to find any combo at all, and Chile gonna take a small advantage, but Stark finds a break too. I don't know how to commentate this.
Oh my goodness. It's impossible, but finally a lead emerges for Poland. They get their combos up, and Pekaret finds another drop there. Orizio with a good combo. Blue Vaporous drops down. Stark is building to Chile now with some more combos to capitalize, but they don't. They find 2 misses. Madsen trades a little bit. It's still only a 40k lead here to Poland, but a massive combo now for Moors. Starks goes down in the karma section, and that is not where you want to miss. Poland walk away with a 60k lead out of that chaotic part.
Madsen is going to find a break there. Chile is going to have 1 player trade that though. Pekaret, so the lead's going to stay at just about the same. 2 combos each above 200 at the moment. Blue Vapor is going to find a break. Trade with Pekaret again. Madsen with a break too, and that's going to start shrinking that lead as Orizio and Stark find some footing, both above 200. Blue Vapor is finding more breaks as we hit the final few patterns. Madsen with another break, and that lead is shrinking really fast. Chile gonna take the lead out of it as everyone holding on to that combo. Pekaret finds a break at the end, and it's shrinking. Last patterns in the map. Mars with the 1000 combo might do enough to hold on. Madsen breaks. Oh my goodness.
Oh, they stay in front.
What
they
happened?
stay
What
in
happened?
front. Wait, did they win in the end? It was
won by 1,080. 1,080 points. Madsen, don't do that. Don't break like that right at the end.
Oh my god, what a nail biter. Unbelievable.
And Mars with a 960k. Orizio right behind him with the 950. Both of those 2 players putting on a show. Stark, 900k, but the supporting performances from Blue Vapors and Madsen just enough to keep Poland from giving up a 3rd break point, but giving up the 2nd break point of lead here.
I mean, I thought we saw the best point before, but no. No, it wasn't. It was waiting to be had. It was DT2, 1,000 points to Poland, and just unbelievable scenes here in the Catch World Cup. And yeah, Poland are really staying alive. I mean, they're only a point behind Chile. We've had break points come out before, and there's 100% a chance for that to happen again, but they choose yet another mix mod. It's mix mod 3 this time.
Yeah, makes sense to go with Mix Mod 3 here after the Mix Mod 2 went so well for them. Same kind of deal, is a little bit tougher on the mods, has a tougher approach rate to deal with. That AR9 certainly going to be in the same spot as something like Hidden 1 was, where a little bit of a lower approach rate reading pick for the Hidden player. But some of the patterns in this are ridiculous to hit on that hard rock. Just an all-rounder pick, I think, for the Mixed Mod pool, where maybe the mods are a little bit easier on that Mixed Mod 1. Mods are a little harder on Mixed Mod 2. Kind of a middle zone for the Mixed Mod 3 here.
A little bit of beyond, but yeah, this is, I think, still a strong pick. I mean, they were very, very confident in the mixed mod before. It's definitely a different map, but generally a little more comfortable, I'd say, for every mod mostly. But yeah, we'll have to see how this actually goes in the end. Poland definitely still have a chance though to get a breakpoint right back.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've been seeing this match has been back and forth the whole time. We see players coming in for both teams. Madsen, Bober Darkness, Blue Vaporous, the players for Poland at the moment. Don't play CTB, Stark, and Aristiel there for Chile. I imagine this is going to be Aristiel on the Hard Rock. Don't play CTB on the Hidden. Stark on the No Mod, and probably the same positions on Poland. Madsen, Hard Rock would make sense. Bober Hidden makes sense. Blue Vaporous, No Mod. I believe those are actually the exact same mod players we had on Poland for the Mixed Mod 2, so not too surprising.
Yeah, we see mostly the expected rosters. At this stage of the tournament, there's really no fuffing around to be had. You just have to put in what you think is your roster's best chance. There's really no space to give players kind of a shot and chance. You just have to have everyone in. And funnily enough, speaking of that, I believe Madsen has been in for every single point in this match so far. So including this one, so the stamina might start to weigh a little on his shoulders, but it's an early lead out for Chile with a couple of breaks, I believe. Don't play CTB missing early on, but Blue Vaporous missing a little after that, as well as Bobber. So about a 1 mislead to the Chileans.
Yeah, so we got 2 full combos to 1. Both Hard Rock players holding well. Maybe a droplet miss from Madsen, but nothing too big there. 25,000 points is going to be just about the lead as no one else finds any breaks, though Bober of Darkness is going to trade with Aristiel. So there goes one of the full combos from Chile, though the lead's not really going to change as everyone was at that 200 combo mark. Last full combo for Chile is going to be Stark, but Bober going to find one break and trade again with Don't Play CTB. That is going to favor Poland just slightly, and another miss from Don't Play CTB will start to give the lead over, but Bober going to stem the bleeding with a miss of their own. Hidden players not having a great time, but Madsen breaks the full combo on the Hard Rock for Poland, and Stark, the only combo left there, and Blue Vaporous, the only combo left for Poland, as that lead stays stationary at about that 30,000 points as we continue to see misses from so many people.
It was a no-mod battle, but even that has collapsed now. Blue Vaporous finds a miss. It's only Stark with any combo. Madsen is above 300 now for Poland. Bobber finds another drop. Chile extending this lead out once again. They're looking comfortable on their pick towards the end here, building these combos back up, but they're definitely not out of the water at all. Poland for sure have them within their grasp in this remaining quarter. Things could definitely go wrong. Stark on an unbelievable score. still double S-ing, and Blue Vaporous finds yet another drop. So does Madsen, only a single trade from Chile, and they might just have this one in the bag if they can hold on a little longer.
Yeah, and Bover does find a break as well, starting to trade a couple of those, but no combo really able to be established there by Poland. Blue Vaporous makes it to 200, but we get this ending where the spacing starts to spike a little bit. Aricio misses, everyone trading, no one able to find any combo, and 145,000 points will stay the lead for Chile as they take their 5th point in the match.
Yep, Chile looking really confident, not just on that point, but in a comfortable position in this match right now, up 5-3, like you said, and still Poland's pick. They're only a single break behind, but they have to make their picks count since they're 2 points down, having that extra break point from Chile before Poland got their next. So it's not a comfortable position to be in here for the Polish, but they're for sure not going to let Chile run away with it. I'm interested to see what they go for here.
Yeah, DT, I wouldn't say went well for them, but they did win it.
They did. You are correct. It was a slim margin, a little close, you could say, but they have pretty much every map is going to be battle. I feel, you know.
Yeah, I think especially now with the last mixed mod being that mixed mod 1, a lot easier on the mods, probably going to be more approachable for Poland to take a point. I think both these teams are kind of out of safe picks, just completely. Because I don't know if I would want to stick in the DT pool. That No Mod 4 has been kind of staring me in the face for a while, but Poland, very adamant in not picking it, despite doing pretty well on that No Mod 2, and the ban on No Mod 3 from Chile. Hard Rock was a break point, but, you know, I just don't know. If I was in Poland's shoes, I would go with whatever I feel the most comfortable with. And looks like that's going to be Hard Rock 3, which does make sense in this case, given how well No Mod 2 went for them. Certainly a little bit of additional precision needed for this, but still has the same kind of technical structure that No Mod 2 brought.
Yeah, lots of just really spicy patterns in this one too. It's just a pure mechanics pick. I mean, it's just really, really hard. It's very, very dense as well, you have to say. I mean, just everything that you want kind of in a Hard Rock 3, I feel. And yeah, it's just it's a real slog to get through. And I'm very excited to see this one being played between these two teams. I think this one, like the points before us, quite a few now, have been pretty exciting. And I think this could be another one just like that, but we'll of course have to wait and see how it eventually ends up being.
That is true. We're waiting for the players to get into the lobby. Got one on each side. Don't play CTB versus Vogue Darkness. Might change this to a 1v1 if we don't see the other 4 players get into the lobby.
Oh, where are they at? Where are they?
Imagine Madsen's coming in. Hasn't skipped the map yet for Poland. This feels like the kind of map that Aricio might be back in on. They did play the No Mod 2, and there is Aricio. And I'm not sure who to expect for the last player for Chile here. Could be Stark.
Could be Pekarat. Could be Stark as well. Probably one of those two, I would imagine. Be surprised to see anyone else coming in, like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's really been those three for most of the time. Would not expect to see Lechu, that's for sure, unless some roster issue occurs, but it's Hard Rock teams in for both. It's just Moors, Madsen, and Bova for Poland, like they had on Hard Rock 2. And we're just waiting to see, will it be Stark or will it be Pekarat?
Yeah, just waiting there. It is Stark coming in, so Pekarat going to take a break on this one. This one more technical, more physical, has a much higher physical requirement. And some position swaps, but, you know, no need for that. And everyone in the lobby now, we can get underway. Chile trying to bring it to match point on a break point. Poland trying to stay alive, keep it themselves as close as possible to Chile. Giving up one more point means that the best they can hope for is a tiebreaker. So they're going to have to win quite a few maps in a row if they want to avoid that.
As we wait for Arisil to load in, I'm not sure what's happening there, to be honest. Just a little panic, but it seems like everyone is playing as intended. And, well, if that's a few early breaks out of don't play CTB, that is going to be a pretty rough start here for Chile. Although Madsen did find an early one of his own, but Stark also goes down. So it's about a 20k lead now to Poland. Going to be a little more than a 1 miss to start for them.
Yeah, Boger's going to find a couple misses themselves. That's going to start shrinking the lead. That may be enough to swing the lead over to Chile. Combo's building up pretty quickly, but Arisil going to find a break alongside Stark, and Poland going to take another lead coming out of that. And that's a full team wipe from Chile there. Madsen's going to trade one of them, but Mars and Bover of Darkness above 200 combo now will start extending that lead for Poland just slightly, though. A miss from Bover's going to stem the bleeding for Chile just a little bit.
Yep, 30k now for Poland, still in the advantage, but Chile keeping it pretty close for now. 25k down. It's basically a 1 miss lead with Chile all above 200, and Bobber finds that miss now. Chile fully able to capitalize on it too. It's essentially going to be evened out. Once again, we have a close point on our hands. It seems halfway through. It's only 2k now to Poland as Bobber builds back up.
Yeah, halfway through the map, out of that spinner. Teams are going to see how close it is. Everyone building up that combo. Don't miss out of the break again. Please, I can't handle it. No! No! Please. That's a miss right as they're getting up to 200, and Chile going to take a very small lead in that transition. No one else finding any drops, but a double miss from Chile, and it's 2 combos to 1 as that lead starts to shrink and Poland starts to take it back. Arisil with another break, and Poland takes the lead.
Stark finds another one too. Poland, that lead jumping out a lot more for them now. 35k and growing even more. Bobber builds back up, all of them above 200. Stark building 2. They're not out of the water yet, but they're almost there. Less than a quarter of the map to go. Moores with an incredible score, as well as Madsen. Stark, Chile collapse. It's only Madsen holding through for Poland. Everyone missing, and I think that might just seal it. Poland, Madsen holding on all the way until the end, finally drops to what a score at the end. And Chile losing this point. Poland staying within a single point. And, well, they're keeping it close.
Certainly are. A good performance from them. A little scary at times. Chile taking the lead right going into the last chorus, but a little bit of a collapse does give Poland just what they need to survive in that pick. Stop Chile from going to breakpoint quite yet, but it is Chile's pick. They'll have the opportunity to go with what they need to. Poland trying to get that breakpoint, get it back to a tied game. And I mentioned before, they've got the Mixed Mod 1, but other than that, I mean, there's no safe picks, and I wouldn't even call Mixed Mod 1 a safe pick for Chile in this case. Like, certainly, they've done well on the other 2 Mixed Mods, but those are much more mod-focused Mixed Mods. Mixed Mod 1 is a little bit more balanced, I think, overall, and makes it easier for even the Hidden and Hard Rock to get pretty good scores and kind of balance out with the no mod.
Yeah, and funnily enough, Chile, I didn't realize before, won on Mixed Mod 2 and Mixed Mod 3 by 160k on both. So, I mean, that is a good track record to show if they want to go for a Mixed Mod 1. But yeah, like you said, it's a lot more of just a consistency battle for all mods. I mean, there's no real reading challenge for the Hidden. I mean, you know, it's AR 9.5, it's only CS 4.9 for Hard Rock, which is absolutely nothing. And seems like Chile are going to ask for a timeout after that other timer has expired, and it makes sense. This is a crucial point in the match. If Poland take this right back, it's evened out yet again, and well, then it's a very different story.
Yeah, absolutely. Chile wants to make sure that they're getting the right pick, getting their nerves out of the way, trying to calm themselves down, trying to guarantee at least a tiebreaker. Because, like you said, all the stakes on the line at the moment. Loser of this match is eliminated from the tournament. Winner will move on to face another team in semifinals to try and make finals weekend. So a lot on the line here. Chile trying to guarantee themselves a spot, at least with Destiny.
Yep, absolutely. I'm excited for this next pick. I mean, every pick is kind of exciting to see how the teams will match up against each other, but this is just so crucial. We're really getting to the end of the match now, to that deep end where nothing is certain and everything is to play for. And yeah, I wonder what they're going to go for in the end. Of course, they have both won and lost a Hard Rock pick. Hard Rock 1 is definitely a little more chill, just a little more consistency, dreamy, and it would be a little surprised to see them go for that, especially after the Hard Rock 3 loss there, although it was close. But yeah, still have 3 DT maps to go, by the way, if they want to pick into them.
Yeah, I don't know if either team wants to pick DT at this point. A 1,000 point difference is not the most confidence-inducing score difference.
No.
You mentioned
kind of.
Yeah, I guess not. You mentioned Hard Rock having a. Oh, DT1 actually.
Okay.
I was going to mention that Nomad also had a traded pick there, and so did Hidden, but we don't have any more Hidden picks left. So mod pools have been kind of going back and forth between the two teams aside from Nixmod. And maybe that's the key here. Chile looking to take a DT. Poland won the last one, and if trends continue, Chile should take this one, right? That's how that works?
Yep.
Surely that's how that works.
You never know. But it is kind of a trend that they have been following recently, although I don't think Polish fans would necessarily be happy to hear. But you know, I mean, it's hard to go off anything when things have been just so back and forth on this. But yeah, DT1 is really just reading and consistency. It's 10.4. It's the highest AR in the entire pool, and yeah, it's simply about. I think all these players on both teams can match the reading. I don't really think it's necessarily going to be the problem. It's simply just going to be who can find the least amount of misses on this one, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. Start waiting for the players to come in. Poland with no one in the lobby yet. We got Stark and Pekarat there. I imagine Aristiel is going to be taking the third slot there. I don't know who else would.
Yep. Well, there he is. Expectedly. Something would be seriously going wrong with Chile if Aristiel wasn't taking that slot up the top there for Chile, but yeah, they are indeed in, and it seems the Polish players are finally coming in now as well. Blue Vaporous and Philo, and just waiting for the third yet again, as we have a couple times in the past.
Yeah,
there's going to be a drum roll.
Would be an interesting decision here for Poland. Not who you'd expect to be coming in for the DT picks, at least given their previous rounds. Potentially going to be seeing this just because of the approach rate. I mean, you kind of throw certain DT skills out the window once the approach rate gets above 10.3, and even at 10.3, that can be really tough.
Yeah, I guess so. And we'll finally be jumping into this one now. Another crucial point. Chile, if they get this, move up to that match point, and they're only one single win away from moving in to the second leg of this losers bracket. But Poland aren't going to make that easy for them. If they take this break, they'll be up 5-5. So let's see who can win this consistency battle. It's Philo, especially with the hidden DT.
Yeah, out of the gate, we see no misses up to 200 combo. Philo going to be the first one to break right after. Did see a couple of accuracy drops on Poland as well. So Chile with a small lead now. All three players holding on to the double S before the Koras, but it's not the shortest map, just under 3 minutes. So we've got a little bit of consistency to get through. Madsen going to match that break from Philo. That's 2 misses now for Poland. Pekka going to trade one, so it's 2 full combos, 2-1. That lead is going to shrink just a little bit, but Chile should still hold on to a small lead here.
Yep, it's about a 1 miss lead for them, and there is that miss from Arisial. Drops down, and Pekarat not with that full combo either, so it's essentially going to bring it back to even between the teams, but Philo finds another drop, going to send it back up now as Pekarat hits that 200. Arisial not too far behind either, but this is still a really close point. Only a couple of misses being traded so far, halfway through, and this is absolutely anyone's map.
And Blue Vaporous is going to drop the full combo. It was traded by Pekarat, so the lead's not going to skyrocket like it would otherwise, but there is just 1 full combo remaining. Start with the last full combo in the lobby right now. Blue Vaporous can find a second drop there. So combo advantage squarely in Chile's favor here as we get into the final third of the map, though. 35,000 points is basically nothing, just about 2 misses of difference. And in a map like this, that can happen very quickly. 2 misses from Poland, though. Traded 1 out by Stark. Another break. And no one misses this time.
Finally, there's no immediate miss after the break.
I can't believe it. We did it.
But
Chile going to take a solid lead out of that. Still just about 3 misses of difference. But not much map left. Those misses are going to have to come out soon. But Madsen, not the one you want to see if you're a fan of Poland there. Going to extend the lead for Chile there to 80,000 points. And as long as they stay solid here at the ending, Chile should be able to bring this to match point. Just a few patterns left.
Yep. They are looking to end this one out in style as well. All above their max combo mark and superb scores from that Chilean team. Almost above 100k, but yeah, what a team score. 2.948 million. And they're up to match point. Poland now have to win the next 2 if they want to stay in the 2025 Catch World Cup. And yeah, this next pick, of course, so important.
Yeah, gonna be a tough road here. The pattern does continue. They are trading the mod pools here. 1-1 on the no mods, 1-1 on the hidden, 1-1 on the hard rock, 1-1 on DT. Only difference right now is that Chile has won both of the mixed mods. And I imagine Poland's not going to test the waters there. Mixed mod 1, while a little safer than the other 2 against a team like Chile, certainly not going to be their strongest pick in this case. But what their strongest pick is at this point, not completely clear. Like I said, they've been trading points back and forth on each of the mod pools, so it's clear that Chile is capable of keeping up with them. It's, again, a situation where Poland kind of has to go with what they're comfortable with when they feel confident they can hold combo consistently on. Because that's been really the big deal, is that they're just not able to hold on to combo for long enough.
Yep, and it's actually this time Boba asking for a timeout, so Chile asking for one for just to really nail down exactly what they wanted, and of course it worked out well for them. They're now up to match point, so Poland gonna do the exact same thing, and completely understandable here, and well, we'll have to wait a little longer to see what they're actually going to go for in the end. Of course, going off the trend that we were talking about before, we've had traded maps all the way through. I believe that Poland won that last Hard Rock, so you know, if we're being a little more superstitious here, Chile did just win that DT, so any of the DTs theoretically would be a confirmed win for Poland, but obviously that's not actually true. And yeah, really just has to be what they're feeling in the moment. what their team wants to go for, and clearly nothing is jumping out at them right away.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a tough situation to be in. The pick's got to be good, and even after this, Chile is going to get a pick of their own no matter what, if Poland's able to stay alive here. So they've got to pick good here, make sure they get some momentum going into whatever Chile's pick is going to be for just the chance to go to tiebreaker in this case.
Yep. Well, that's what, of course, the viewers all want to see. We all want to see a tiebreaker be played, that fantastic map by Spectator and XCOM, two of the OG players and mappers in Catch coming together. But yeah, still two maps away from that, and like you said, it's not an easy road for Poland to do whatsoever, but it's not impossible at all. I mean, this match has really been back and forth, lots of breaks, and Chile have only really just been ahead by that single break, so it's 100% possible for Poland to come back to that, but let's see what they go for in the end here.
Ultimately, it's been a pretty interesting path to get here. Started with 2 own points, 3 break points in a row, and since then we have not seen even 1 break point. So both teams having picked well since those early break points, and Poland looking to continue the pattern there.
Yeah.
And Mixed Mod 1 actually going to be the pick.
Oh my. The trend is going to be bucked. Or, well, I guess it's not, since Chile have been the winners on Mixed Mod.
Yeah, but they're trying to continue. They're trying to make sure that Poland gets at least 1 point on every mod pool, right? And actually, if they do win this, all 5 of their points come from different mod pools. They'll have one mod,
that is a fun little fact here.
1 Hard Rock, 1 DT, and then if they win this, 1 Mixed Mod. That said, they're against a Chilean team who has destroyed the other 2 Mixed Mods. This one's certainly more approachable, I think, on the mod side, but Chile have been very, very strong so far on these. A risky pick, but I think that's true of every pick that's available right now, so might as well go with what's comfortable, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we saw kind of, maybe this is a bit of a stretch, but we saw Chile come out really strong with that hidden 1. They seemed like a great hidden team, and it kind of seemed like that was a real strong suit for them, but then went for hidden 3 and didn't go so well. And so, you know, could see kind of a similar thing where it seems like a team is really confident on a certain mod, but just a particular map doesn't quite work out the way that you might expect it to do. So Poland, who knows what their thought process went into for this. It's probably just feeling their most confident, not necessarily thinking too much about what Chile will necessarily be good at or what they won't be. And well, here we go. Chile with a chance on this map to end Poland's hopes and dreams.
Certainly is. Waiting for players to get into the lobby. Aricio moonlighting as a Polish player, trying to hide. Philo doing the same thing, but for Chile. Everyone's moving around. Can't tell what's going on. Stark and Aricio there for Chile. Philo moving back to Poland. Mars and Blue Vaporous being the 2nd and 3rd players there, waiting for just 1 more player on the side of Chile. Not sure who I'd expect necessarily. Could see someone like Lechu coming out, but don't play CTP I think was more likely just because of the physical requirement of this. And I would imagine don't play CTP going to be taking that hidden, Stark on Nomad, Aricio taking Hard Rock, and it looks like they're getting in the order. So if I'm right, that would mean Mars on Hard Rock, Philo on hidden, Blue Vaporous on Nomad, which is in line with what we've seen so far.
Yeah, it is. Seems like Bubba is making sure that we knew he is not the hidden player for this one. Is not playing hidden anymore for the mixed mods. So yeah, it is going to be Philo coming in for this one, and yeah. Apart from that, relatively expected. Although we do actually see, well, yeah, we see Blue Vaporous continuing that no mod. Although it's actually going to be little interesting to see Moors on that Hard Rock. rather than Madsen, who I believe was the hard rock player for the other two, but different maps, different positions to be played, but definitely expected lineup here for Chile as we deliberate a little. So here we go into Mixed Mod 1, final chance. Well, not final chance, but a really, really good opportunity that is for Chile to take this one home. And
early breaks from Don't Play CTB and Stark. A little bit rough right out of the gate. They give a small lead to Pole, and their Wiggles not catching anyone off guard, but looks like those are real misses. Don't Play CTB gonna find yet another miss, and Poland out of the intro gonna start taking a little bit bigger of a lead, but one of those was traded there by Philo on the hit end. So about 14,000 points out of the intro, but Don't Play CTB gonna find yet another break and give the Poland a slightly bigger advantage there.
Yep, they're ahead for now, but only slightly. It's around a 1 miss advantage for them. Arisial and Stark holding on well. Don't Play CDB having a little bit of a rough start to this map, but building up pretty nicely now as we get into this here now, and no misses coming down for quite a while. Simply just waiting to see, playing the waiting game of who will be the next to drop. Will it be a Polish player or will it be a Chilean? That is the question. Just no one finding any drops at all. Lots of consistency finally coming out kind of expectedly on this Mixed Mod 1, but it will be Blue Vaporous finally dropping down, and that is big. Sending the lead right back to Chile almost.
Yeah, that lead shrinking really quickly. Combo building up very fast though, so it looks like it'll be just about even by the time Blue Vaporous gets to the 200 combo. But another miss on the polar side. Mars gonna find their first break of the map. And Chile gonna take a small lead as, like you said, everyone building up that combo and holding on. Arisial now above 1,000. Philo gonna drop as well. So all three players on Poland dropping in order without Chile finding any. Arisial gonna trade one of those back, luckily for Poland, but still going to have Chile taking a small lead here in the second chorus.
Massive combo there dropped by Arisial, but it's still a lead, like you said, to Chile. 10k for them as Arisial reaches 200 once more. And we have another super intense dense section here, and Don't Play CTB falls. Poland's almost going to retake the lead, but it's another miss from Blue Vaporous. Dark keeping that combo going as well as Arisial. It's 2 versus 2 at the moment with Moors and Philo. And it's still only 7k right now to Chile, who will come out victorious in the end. Poland need to take that lead by any means necessary.
Yeah, everyone now above 200 combo. That lead gonna stay stabilized at that mid 8,000s. Not a break. No, don't do it. They get a slider or a spinner to kind of ease them into it. And no one finds a break out of the break. We did it. Lead from that spinner actually goes towards Chile, but a miss from Don't Play CTB, and Arisial is going to give Poland the lead immediately. Poland now expanding that lead very quickly as none of their players find any drops in this last Ki yet. 25,000 points just off of those 2 misses, despite starts near 2,000 combo now. Going into the ending section, Poland just needs to hold strong, but Blue Vaporous is going to find a break. And that's going to shrink. I don't think that's enough. It needs one.
Chile need one more. Will it come out? Moore's 1200 combo. Philo with 1100 misses. But it's traded with Don't Play.
Mars and Philo
holding on
through the ending. And the trend continues.
Poland win a mixed mod.
Poland win a mixed mod. 5 points from different mod pools. And now just needs to win one more breakpoint to bring it to a tiebreaker. Poland doing everything they can to stay alive.
Yep. Moors and Philo clutched up when they needed to. 990k from that hard rock on Moors. Unbelievable. 974k on Hidden 2. And it really was just that third player diff kind of in the end. Don't Play CTB a little bit of an underperformance compared to their teammates, and that is really what made that difference in the end. And yeah, just another amazingly close map right up until the end, but this time it's Poland who are able to hold on. They're only 1 point away from a tiebreaker, and Chile only have a couple of options left in this map pool now. No Mod 4, Hard Rock 1, and the 2 DTs to win.
I don't think
on their own terms.
comfortable. I mean, the one that's going to be the most comfortable for Chile to play is Hard Rock 1, guaranteed. That said, Poland is going to be comfortable on that too, without question. That's a huge risk to take, but you're in a position where the other 3 picks are going to be who misses less, or who finds the one good combo through the maps, right? Those 2 DTs are really tough, but DT3 is going to be the selection from Chile. No need for longer deliberation. 3 ignored maps here. Nomad 4, Hard Rock 1, DT4, all getting the ignore button there. And this DT3, a tough cookie, a little bit higher than AR10 there. Does go to about AR 10.2 from when it's adjusted for DT. A little bit easier on the circle size though, but challenging patterns everywhere in this. This one is so dense and difficult to keep up with.
Yeah, you need to be perfect in your moving for this one as well. You just have to keep up with the density and streams in this map for sure, and that's going to be the make or break for this one. Who can handle the density better? I think that there are a few spacing kind of changes up and about, and the rhythm does kind of jump around, but in general it just beats down on you constantly. This DT3 Kukai map here, Kukai my beloved, and well, Chile with one last chance on their own pick to seal it. Has been a while since a breakpoint has occurred, but Poland need to find it now or never.
Absolutely, we're seeing players start to file in. Pekarat and Arisiel in for Chile, waiting for the third. Stark going to be the third there for Chile, so they got their 3. Mars in at the moment. I imagine Madsen will be one of the last 2, and Blue Vapor is coming in as well, so that's likely the squad. Poland need to win this to stay alive in the tournament. Chile want to win this to avoid tiebreaker and move on into the top 8 matchup. Both of these teams have put on some crazy performances, but it all comes down to this and potentially one more after this if Poland is able to get themselves, put themselves together and keep themselves strong on this DT3 pick. Get that break point at the last possible moment. And here we go. All 6 players in the lobby. Last regular pick of the pool. Potentially the last pick of the match if Chile takes it. Everything on the line. I'm so nervous.
Yeah, and I'm sure they are as well as we finally head into DT3. Will it be Chile triumphing, or will Poland be able to break back just when they need to send it to a tiebreaker? It's all to play for here, and it's Moors who finds an early break, so an early lead course going to be given to Chile, but in such a short map, those early misses might really hurt.
Mars gonna find another break. Madsen also finding a break to match, but all 3 players on Chile through the intro holding the double F. Blue Vaporous also holding on to it for Poland, but a few misses behind already, and that lead does skyrocket quite a bit. But that's a much smaller lead than it looks. Just about 3 misses. Pekarat going to give one of those back, but traded by Madsen is going to keep Chile with a pretty sizable lead. Blue Vaporous now dropping the last full combo for Poland, and this is already looking very tough to come back for Poland.
Yeah, it's halfway through, and Moors finds yet another drop. That DT combo in Arisiel and Stark, they've been in this positions like these so many times before, and they have come up clutch when they need to, both now eclipsing almost that 1,000 combo, and there it is, a 100k lead now to Chile, a more chill section here as well, just for them to continue building up. And
oh my god,
a massive ending section. It is Arisiel missing, but it's traded by Blue Vaporous. There's a quarter left to go. Will there be anything left here for Poland? I'm not sure.
Oh, a miss from Pekarat does open the door a little bit, shrinks the lead below 100,000. All 3 players on Poland now above 200. Pekarat finding misses. Stark also finding a break. One traded by Mars. Again, traded by Mars. 2 big combos to just one. And a collapse from Chile a little bit, but a collapse from Poland as well. And not enough combo. Poland, unfortunately, does not do enough, and Chile takes their 7th point and avoids a tiebreaker to move on in the losers bracket to the top 8 matchup.
They've finally done it. It was not an easy path to victory here against a really resilient Polish team who fought all the way up until the end, but it was, in the end, that combo of Stark and Aristiel pulling through for the Chileans. And yeah, just an incredible match here between both teams. So many fantastic performances and so many iconic moments that I'm sure will be shared down the line for many years to come. But here are your winners, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone else in between, it will be Chile going through into the top 8 to face off against Canada.
Yeah, that's going to be a really exciting match. One of those two teams going to make it into the top 6. One of them, of course, going to be eliminated in the top 8 position, but I'm really excited to see that. And that actually, it would be our last losers bracket match of the round. So we've got one losers bracket match, and then both of our winners bracket matches, it looks like, remaining for this weekend. But that's going to be doing it for this short block of matches. Like I said, we've got 3 more matches left for the weekend. We've got Argentina versus Finland, a winners bracket match at 17 UTC being our next one. That'll be in about an hour and a half. And then followed by United States versus Italy, our other winners bracket match. And then, like you said, Canada versus Chile to determine the final member of the top 6 for this year's Catch World Cup.
Still a lot of good matches to come in that winners bracket, especially Argentina against Finland and the USA against Italy. 2 matches that you really do not want to miss whatsoever, but don't sleep on Canada versus Chile either. Lots of blockbuster matches to come, 3 remaining, and well, so excited to get into those, so don't turn your screens off for too long. I have been Maito, joined by Toph, and we will see you all soon.
Let's